Hello there everyone and welcome to our December full reveal video. This is the last release of the year, but we do have some beautiful goodies waiting for you. So first up in the release we have the Craft Your Life project kit Whispers in the Canopy. In the kit itself you're going to get a 6x8 stamp set, a layering die set, a stencil set, a 3D embossing folder, and then we also have an add-on die set that's going to cut around the large sentiments from the stamp set. Let's take a look at the stamp set itself. In here you have a large background stamp, so you can see this huge image that we have here. All of these leaves and this little bird nestling in the branches, that is one image that we have there. We also have a number of different sentiments around the outside, all varying in size to give you a good kind of selection there. When we open this up, you can see that we have some inspiration. We also have how the stencil set will work with the 3D embossing folder. Now you can use them together, you can use them separately, but we do have the layering guide here for you, so you can kind of pop that together. Just going to move that out of the way, and then we can take a look at the die set. In the die set, you have two different birds, you have two different birdhouses, and then you also have this branch in there as well. We do have the keyhole system on this to kind of help you pop that together. And then we also have the layering guide on the back, again, to make things super simple. We then have the layering stencil set. In here we have 5 6x6 stencils, and they have this beautiful background effect, and this is going to work perfectly with the 3D embossing folder. And just look how pretty that is. You have these two large flowers and then also all of these leaves in the background as well. And like I said before, we do have the add-on die if you want to cut around your sentiments. Do have a project here using the 3D embossing folder, and you can see that I also have the layering die set with those little birds and the birdhouse as well. Next up, we have our Build a Garden. In the Build a Garden kit, you are going to get a 4x6 stamp set, a layering stencil set, a die set, and our iconic little mini blending tool. We also have an add-on for this one, which is something that we don't normally do, and we do have a 3D embossing folder that will match perfectly with this set. So let's take a look at what's in the kit, shall we? You can see that we have this 4x6 stamp set. We have this beautiful Hellebore kind of cluster. Here we have some leaves, we have some little berries in there as well, and some sentiments around the outside. Let's take a look in our trifold here. You can see that we have some inspiration, and then we have the layering guide, and that's going to show you how the stamp set works with the layering stencil set. Here is the layering stencil set that you are going to get. In here we have 4.5x6 stencils, and they're going to colour in the open areas on the stamped image. We also have a die set included in this, and you can see that that's going to cut around the whole image. And then we also have a singular friend sentiment to use there, and then you have your mini blending tool. We also have the 3D embossing folder available as well, and this has the same image, the same size as the stamp set, so you can use the stamp set with this, you can use the simple colouring stencil set, and also the die set. It's all going to work perfectly together. I have a project here, and I have used the stamp set, the 3D embossing folder, and also the stencil and die to kind of create this effect that you can see in my project. Next up, we have our crafter flower, and for the month of December, we have the Narcissus. And you can see here that we have this beautiful cluster of little tiny daffodils, and there's a number of different heads in here and lots of different leaves. We do have the keyhole system to kind of help you work out which way they should be facing on the stem, and also which flower goes with which kind of trumpet over there. We do have the layering guide on the back to kind of help you pop this together as well. I do have a project with this. I did go a little bit lighter with the colours, but I do think that this looks very, very pretty. You can see that I've used all of the elements from the die set to create this card. Next up is our creative cuts for the month, and this is the Feathered Beauty. In this die set we have this beautiful blue jay, and then when we have this leaf cluster with a couple of different flowers on there as well. We do have the updated packaging, and you can see that we have the keyhole system to kind of help you pop the bird together, and also the foliage as well. On the back of the packaging we do have the layering guide to help you out. We also have a kind of selection of the inks that we have used to get the look that you can see on the front of the packaging. I'm just going to bring in my project here, and you can see that we have that beautiful bird. We also have a background panel where I've used the stamps from the PK this month. Next up we have our very cute mini delight, and this is the Nestled Whimsy. In here we have a stamp set and also a little layering die set as well. For the stamp set, what we have here is we have a little flower clusters. We have some big flowers, we have some little flowers, and then we also have some little sentiments. And these layer up so cute to create these kind of little floral clusters that you can see up there. We also have the mini die set. In here we have a layering little nest with 2 little embossed eggs. It is very, very cute. You can use these stamps together, you can use them separately to create lots of different projects. Here is the project I have. You can see that we have the flowers in the background, and then the little egg nest, and also a sentiment from the set. In this release, we do have another little die set, and this is the Decorative Lantern. You can see that these are all the little pieces that you're going to get. You're going to get all the little lantern pieces, and then also a little candle as well. This one layers up so easily, and we do have the layering guide on the back with kind of selection of cardstocks that we've used to create the look on the front. This one comes together beautifully, and I'm sure you're going to have so much fun using it. I just have this on a floral background, and it really draws the eye to that little candle in the center. Next up we have Branching Out. Now this is a background stencil that you can use as a whole background, or you can just use elements on your card and then kind of draw in some leaves if you wanted to as well. So this is a 6x6 stencil, and you can see that you have 3 different kind of branches on this one to add some branches to your projects. Now, like I said, you can use them just bare to kind of get this winter look, or you can add some leaves with maybe your markers or even watercolors to get a more spring feel. Next up, we have a 3D embossing folder, and this is so pretty. This is the piped floral lace, and this is very delicate. So this is going to give you the look of that kind of white icing that you would see on wedding cakes when it has been piped onto them. It is very beautiful. Just going to lift that up, and you can see that we do have a kind of representation on the back, but I do think that this looks better in the flesh, and you can see just how beautifully delicate that is. That's going to give you a beautiful texture to your projects, but it's not going to take too much away from the focal image. Next up, we have Arched Foliage. Now, if you do have the Arched Foliage Craft Your Life project kit, this will work perfectly with this. This is kind of an add-on to that, but it will also work separately. You don't need the elements from the Craft Your Life project kit to use this by itself. But if you wanted to kind of use the colouring stencils from that, you are going to need the Craft Your Life project kit. But you can see that we have this huge kind of arch of these leaves. This is a 5x7 3D embossing filter, so a little bit of a different size than we normally do, and it does add a beautiful detailed kind of half wreath on to your cardstock. I do have a project over to the side, and with this one I have used the colouring stencil from the PK, but if you want to use this by itself, it will work perfectly as well. Next up, we have the Petal Shaper tool set. I have been so excited about this, to use this with all of my crafter flowers that we have, and I think that this is going to be the perfect partner to kind of create beautiful dimension to those die cuts. Let's turn this around and see what you're going to get. You're going to get 4 different tools. You're going to get a molding pad. You're going to get 3 of the dual-ended stylus. So we're going to have 6 different kind of ball tools that you're going to have for there. What this is going to help you do is add shape to your die cuts. So you can see here that we have these fabulous ball tools. They are quite weighty, so that's going to help you kind of add the certain amount of pressure that you need to your die cuts to make them all beautiful and shaped like I have on this here. So I have just used my ball tool to kind of shape these petals to give that beautiful cupped dimension. The pad is for adding extra dimension underneath the die cut, so you're not kind of pushing it into your work surface. This is a great toolkit if you are one that wants to add a little bit of added dimension to your already 3D die cuts. Lastly, we have some fabulous new watercolor palettes. These are our Watecolor Compacts, and we have 2 collections here. We have the Deep Muse and also the Moody Brights. You can see here that we have collaborated with the Mint Gardener. She was the one that actually chose the colors to go in each of these sets and created the beautiful kind of images that you can see on our packaging. So let's take a look at the Deep Muse. You can see here that we have 6 colors in here. The colors that we have are Raspberry Rose, Lilac Burgundy, Golden Ochre, Mossy Oak, Still Waters, and Origin Umber. So I am going to open this up just so you can see just how pretty these are. Look at that. These are tin cases, and you can see that we have that beautiful printing on there. To open these up, you are going to need to press that little button, and that is going to release these for you. You can see that you have the 6 colors in the palette and a little palette over here, so you can kind of work with the colors. The colors that you're going to get, these are these beautiful kind of muted tones for the Deep Muse. So there is that one over there. We also have the Moody Brights. These are very pretty as well. You can see that we have 6 colors. We have the Magenta Crimson, Velvet Berries, Peachy Glow, Lemon Drops, Mermaid Green, and a Starry Night. Again, let's pop these open, and you can see that we have that beautiful compact, and just look how well they work together. And you can see that we do have different images on the back. Again, you're going to open these up. These ones are a little bit more vibrant than the others. You do have that in the palette in the top as well. So I'm just going to move that down. And for these colors, these are the ones you're going to get. You can see that getting them together means that you are going to get more of a rounded palette, more muted on this side, and then the Moody Brights are a bit more vivid and brighter. But there we go. We have tons of inspiration with these, and the fabulous Sarah will be using these too. Here are just a few projects from our designers and guest designers. We really do hope that you spotted something in here that inspires you and makes you want to create something beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye. Loved watching this video? there is more where that came from here on the Altenew official YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell button so you don't miss out on any of the crafty fun. See you soon and happy crafting.